The value in the chapter of Prometheus and Io is loyalty. Loyalty is shown by love, physical beauty, perseverance/strength. The value the Cyclops had was teamwork. The value teamwork is shown in the story by courage and perseverance.
The story of Prometheus and Io begins on the rocky peak Caucasus. Prometheus was enduring his punishment when along came a cow that spoke with misery. That moment, Prometheus and Io recognized each other. Io told her story of how she was a beautiful girl who got the attention of Zeus. Worrying that Hera would find out, he created clouds the day he met up with Io. But Hera still suspected something and went to look for Zeus. Zeus was quick and turned Io back into a cow, but Hera did not believe any of the lies Zeus told and kept Io as a gift. She placed Io to be guarded by Arbus, the 100-eyed monster. However, Zeus sent Hermes to kill him. He did do this, but Hera sent a gadfly to plague Io. Io was not able to drink, eat, or sleep, and was forced to walk along the seaside. A sad Prometheus responded by telling her that in the future, her problems would be resolved, and she would have a child with Zeus named Epiphus.
In conclusion, the importance of being loyal is shown in Prometheus and Io. Zeus should have stayed loyal to his wife Hera, but instead had affairs with Io, which led to her suffering. Physical beauty is what challenged the loyalty of Zeus to Hera.
This next story is called The Cyclops Polyphemus. It starts with Odysseus and his men heading home after the destruction of Troy. Odysseus and his men stop their vessel near a cave. They take wine and goatskin for trade and head towards the cave. Odysseus and his men enter and see that there is cheese, pens of lambs, and they decide to feast. But then the master of the place shows up. Odysseus tries to explain and says they're under Zeus' protection, but it's no use. The Cyclops feasts, then sleeps. The Cyclops wakes up and takes his flock to walk, pushing aside the heavy rock. Odysseus and his men start to work on an escape plan. When the Cyclops comes back, they offer him wine, which makes him drowsy. Then, they heat up their stick and stab the Cyclops' eye. Polyphemus pushed aside the stone and waited to catch one of the men, but Odysseus and his men hid under the lambs and passed through the Cyclops, who only checked the top of the lambs. Odysseus and his remaining men got onto their vessel and left, but Odysseus taunted Polyphemus and got a stone hurled at them. But they survived and left.
In the end, the story of Cyclops Prometheus shows the importance of teamwork. This is shown when Odysseus and his men work together to come to defeat Polyphemus. They did this by creating a weapon that was big enough to poke his eye and everyone in the group carrying the weapon to stab his eye. Teamwork was a lesson showed in the movie, but it's demonstrated by courage and perseverance. The men demonstrated courage because they were brave enough to battle Cyclops despite his size and strength. They also showed perseverance both physically and mentally. Odysseus and his men could have gave in after Polyphemus killed most of his men, but they did not, which led to him defeating Odysseus.